Okay, so number 9 here. In a sample of 76 adults selected randomly from one town, it is found that 12 of them have been exposed to a particular strain of the flu. Find the p-value for a test to support the claim that the proportion of all adults in the town that have been exposed to this strain of the flu is 8%. Very timely. This could be COVID. Round your answer to 2 places. Okay, so they're using all kinds of statistical evidence right now in these COVID days to figure stuff out. So, okay. So that's the basis of a lot of the decisions being made is statistical evidence is very relevant. And plus it's election day. So they've been polling forever, right? Very, very relevant to the current times is statistical knowledge. So 76 adults selected at random. 12 of them have been exposed to the strain of flu. Find the p-value, blah, 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 blah. So now you might be tempted on this problem. I'm sure you will be. What I've seen students in the past is they just jump right to the calculator. They just grab it and they start, they say, I just need a p-value. I just need a p-value. I just got to crank one of these p-values out. Yeah, I know you do need a p-value, but you really, you can't skip the steps. It'll mess you up. Students that try to jump right to that get all messed up and they don't know what p-value to do or how to do it. You've got to start from the beginning. This is a hypothesis test, right? P-values are always for a hypothesis test. So we've got to come on down, wherever it is. I don't know where I put it. Maybe it's up here. And go through the steps of a hypothesis test. Where I put it? No, it's sorry. I'm all over the place here. So let's go down. It is down. I was right the first time. It's down. There it is. All right. Or actually, there it is. So you got to go through. What's the first thing you've got to do? You've got to write the claim. Then you got to write HO, which is always equal. Then you got to do H1, and one of those is always H1. You got to do weak evidence by HO and strong by H1. You can't skip those steps. If you do, it'll mess you all up. You have to go through those. Even though they only want the p-value, you still have to go through that or you'll get messed up. All right, so what's the claim? What is actually being claimed? Here's the claim that the proportion of all adults that have been exposed to this strain of the flu is 9%. So is this a P or a mean?
It's P.
Clearly P. There's no mean anywhere, no average anywhere. So now they're claiming, the claim, they even say that word. The claim is that the proportion, the P, is 8%. How do I write that? P is 8%.
0.08.
Yeah, 0.08. Excellent. And what do I put in the middle? P. Is it too obvious? It's equals, huh? Right? We good? Because that's is. Is means equals, doesn't it? They're saying P equals 0.08, right? You guys are probably like, yeah, we got that. That's obvious. Good, good. All right. And so now we'll come on down. We'll do HO and H1. Now, what is HO always?
Equals.
Always equals. Exactly. Always equals. No exceptions. Okay. Now, one of these two has to be the same as the claim, right? Always. These are the two attorneys that are arguing out the case, either HO or H1, those two attorneys. One of them has to match the claim. Well, HO is already matching the claim, isn't he? He's already exactly the same as the claims. Everybody see that? Let's go down and let me show you on the notes about that. Where is it? Yeah, the two options right here. I want you to see it right here. So notice that either HO or H1 must be the same as the claim. The claim you got up in part A. Okay, option 1. If the claim is equals, that was our case, right? Our claim was is 0.08 equals. Then write claim next to HO, right? And H1 will be not equals. Here we go. Those exam notes have everything you need. Well, not everything, but they have a lot of what you need. So H1 is not equals. Everybody see how I came up with that? I just followed the exam notes. It said if the claim is equals, then put claim by HO and H1 is not equals. All right, and we write weak evidence by H1 always. Strong evidence, I'm sorry, weak by HO and strong by H1 always. Like a court of law, you always assume innocent. And if evidence is weak, you're going to let them go. If evidence is strong, only strong beyond a reasonable doubt, do we ever convict? Okay, so now we're going to go to our calculator. What do we do on our calculator? Well, let's go check it out. Exam notes will help us. I can get there. Almost there. I feel like I'm so close. There. All right. There's the hypothesis test notes. P or percent. Yeah, that's what we have. We don't have a mean. We have P percent. One prop Z test. There it is. One prop Z test. So that's how you figure out with all the different things what it is you're supposed to do. All right. So I'm going to go to the calculator now. So I'm going to hit stat, go over to tests, go down to whatever one is one prop Z test, which is looks like 5. One prop Z test, number 5, and hit enter. So, and then when you do, you'll get the following options. You get P0, oops. X, in, okay, and then the proportion. All right, so P0, you know how this works. P0 is the number next to H0, so 0.08. Oops. And what is X? Well, it's the number being asked for. What's being asked for in this problem?
The 12.
Yeah, adults that have been exposed. Adults exposed to the flu. So how many adults were exposed? 12 of them have been exposed. Yeah, that's it. What's the N?
76 is a sample.
Yeah, that's the total size. So there's 76 in the sample. Right. Proportion, this is always the same as H1. So in this case, it's not equals, right? It's always the same as H1. In this case, not equal. So put those numbers in your calculator. I'm doing it too. And hit enter, and then you'll get a p-value. And I'm getting, right here, a p-value which came out to be 0.0123. Rounded to 2 places, there it is. See how they rounded them all to 2 places? So we got it, 0.1. There's the p-value. And that's it. We don't have to mess with the words. So that's what I mean. On some questions, it's just get a p-value. On other questions, you got to do the words and tell me what the conclusion is and strong evidence, weak evidence. So I'm testing different things on different questions. So, but we still had to go from the beginning with claim and HO and H1 in order to know all the stuff to put into our calculator. We would have never known what way to put the not equals down here unless we'd done the HO and the H1 and followed the instructions on the exam 3 notes carefully.